Hey everyone, good morning. I just wanted to say hi, come on real quick. It's a beautiful morning, just enjoying the sunrise on a crisp Sunday. Hope everybody's having a great weekend. I just felt on my heart to come on and share a little bit. I haven't been sharing so much because my life's gotten a little busier in different ways and stuff like that. And I have a different job, so it's a lot busier. So I'm not as present on social media maybe as I'd like to be, but there's always in that a challenge and acceptance, and there's the flow state of being okay with that and not necessarily having to have things be a certain way or look a certain way in order to give yourself validation. So this is something that I really wanted to segue into, actually, not specific to the social media presence thing, but just in general. I just wanted to stress the level of importance that really spirituality is really about. I'm talking about shadow body clearing and negative ego construct dismantling. And this is something that is not really looked at really hard as far as the spiritual journey, because it's becoming like pop culture of being spiritual and doing spiritual activities and stuff like that. And it's a little bit deeper than beyond the just raising your vibration or doing spiritual things to feel great and not have to worry about your troubles, because that's really what the ego wants to do. It wants to put identities and labels onto things so you don't have to face your pain. And I've spent a lifetime, believe me, my entire adult life of filling my day and my life with activities in order so that I didn't have to face my pain or face that darkness in me or the ugliness that I thought I was actually deep down, or that I hid away, and that I figured as time went on and the more activities I filled my time with, that would be behind me. I wouldn't have to worry about it. I just don't think about it. And really, this can be a pattern that we fall into even in spiritual things, because the truth is, if we're not actually facing this within ourselves, this shadow body, and dismantling the ego constructs, then we're literally just putting on another nice jacket and going to church and being holy. So spirituality is a little bit deeper than that, and it involves a little bit more personal work, and that's individuated to the person. And this is not a judgment, but it's more of a realization opportunity for each individual, if you receive this. So it's actually about getting into the areas and places and spaces that we feel unworthy, unloved, broken, from trauma, from traumatic experiences in our life. We are here to heal. Humanity is here for this time to become energetically and spiritual more conscious, so that we can address these wounds that are within us that have been there for this life and lifetimes. And unless we are facing those things with the truth and the eternal self and the unconditional love that we actually are made of, then we're just putting on another layer, another identity. We just might as well be going to the bar and pounding booze. I did a lot of that too, to forget our trouble. So spirituality itself, in essence, for each person, is for us to engage in these areas of that need attention, because otherwise, honestly, you're just really putting another layer on something. And I know there's a lot of that's where the negative ego construct needs to come into play, because your ego definitely does not want to face pain, definitely at all costs does not want to experience anything like that ever again. Whatever I have to do to stay as far away from that pain, I want to do. So the dismantling of that is to create space and realize that that's a program that your brain is firing in a certain way that just wants to stay away from pain. But the eternal self that's in your heart, when you open your heart and you're the eternal being, then you're creating more space. You're expanding your consciousness into a level of observation where you're knowing that this here is for me to transcend, heal, and that's how you more sustainably hold the vibration in a higher level. Because otherwise you're doing something like, I'm walking on sunshine, whoa. I mean, that's really nice, but and it does kind of feel good, but it's not really sustainable in raising your vibration. we're holding these higher frequencies and vibrations more sustainably. We create evolution into these higher planes by dismantling, healing, and completely um, taking ourselves out of that identification with our pain, that traumatization, the victimization. That's how we really liberate ourselves more sustainably from these type things. And this really is our individuated responsibility for us to do that. And because another thing the ego likes to do is um, to do stuff, or to be stuff, or to say stuff in order to get something from outside, in order to, you know, like more layers that I'm packing on myself so that I don't have to look at that crap. So hopefully this helps you guys a little bit. These are realizations that are happening within me. I've spent the last few years deconstructing my negative ego and the labels and the identities that I'm broken and that I'm unworthy and that I just don't want to look at this, or yeah, that happened a lot of years ago, but that was then, this is now, and this is a new year, new me, and all that junk. But because the more you're not facing that, and you're thinking that you don't have to, um it's a mind illusion, because you're literally bringing it into your new relationships, your new job, your new interactions with people, because you're not addressing your wounds. So you're literally addressing this new situation as a wounded child, and it's always and ever shading your perception of the world. You're seeing the world through wounds because they're still there, they're not addressed. And you cannot have any kind of conscious clarity engaging in life in that state. So hopefully this helps. And there is a lot about showing up for truth and loving truth. That is not easy. None of it really is. But there are moments of elation, and then there are deeper understandings of what love actually is. It's not necessarily, the warm and fuzzy love or the butterflies in your stomach love 24/7, but the true meaning of love is strength. The true meaning of love is acceptance. The true meaning of love is the embrace of that internal self that you are, to engage in what your life situationally is being presented with, in order to transcend and elevate and hold the higher frequency. We're holding this in ourselves so that we can hold it for each other and be compassionate for each other. So first thing we need to do is to take our individuated soul intention and purpose of what's in front of us that we need to heal and transcend, and then we hold space for others, and then we're more compassionate progressively, as we're knowing, hey, I experienced this shit too, so hopefully this helps you guys understand the inner workings of what spirituality actually is, because it's not bypassing, it's not being dismissive of what's out there, and the stuff that everybody's seeing. There's a lot of traumatic things going on out there. It's very confusing, and that's understandable. But the more we navigate it from an internal, energetic, and spiritual, by those means, and the truth of our soul and what we are, it gives us more clarity, and it gives us more empowerment to navigate the truth of what that is. And that's going to evolve as you progress, of what more truth you're seeing. So it can only be recognized as the individual, and none of us can actually perceive things the exact same way. So we're all seeing things through that individuated journey. So hopefully this helps you guys, and I planted a few seeds for you. And always take what resonates and leave what doesn't, because there's that's that navigational tool within all kinds of spiritual information that you're accessing. What does my soul need? What can I grow from this? What can I take from this? And how can I go forward and integrate it and transform from it? And then what you don't, you just leave behind. Because I've accessed lots of information over the years that was right for me at the time, and then I'm good with it. It no longer resonates, so I moved on. It's not a judgment. It's just more of a recognition for me as an individual. So hopefully this helps as well, and I hope you guys have the great rest of your weekend. Have a great day, guys. Love you. Bye.